ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय द्वैत चंद्र जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to all the devotees who have assembled for this special session on the glories of Lord Nityananda Prabhu on this auspicious day of Nityananda Trayodasi. And I thank all the organizers of this event. ISKCON Round Rock. Okay, probably first time I am speaking in this forum. I don't know much. Haridas Varya Prabhu requested me. So thank you so much for having me with you. So today we will discuss a few glories of Nityananda Prabhu and a few pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu. Lord Nityananda Prabhu is Lord Balaram himself, who appeared along with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to assist him in his mission of propagating the process of Bhakti Yoga and specifically propagating the process of chanting the holy names of Krishna. So, Kalikale Namarupe Krishna Avatar. So, the Supreme Lord Krishna appears in this Kali Yuga in the form of his holy name. Of course, the Lord is always present, existent, everywhere in the form of his holy name. But chanting of the holy names of the Supreme Lord Krishna is considered the Yuga Dharma of Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, the topmost spiritual activity is considered chanting the holy names of Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended on this planet for about 5 centuries back, and he inaugurated the Sankirtan movement. And the Lord descends along with his prominent associates, of whom Nityananda Prabhu is foremost. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot stay away from Nityananda Prabhu. When Mahaprabhu was first time when he led this congregational chanting in a very, very mass scale, that was in Navadvip Dham, and it was to confront with Chandkazi. So Chandkazi came and disturbed some devotees. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed the devotees to chant the holy names of the Lord and hold congregational chanting programs, Sankirtan programs. And Chandkazi came to one of those devotees' homes and broke a mridanga and gave a warning, you should not chant. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that what kind of Kazi will stop our Sankirtan? Let us go. And he has made an announcement that everyone around should come and participate in this event. We are going to lead a very mega Sankirtan program this evening. So all of you should come. And thousands and lakhs of people joined Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there, Mahaprabhu divided the devotees into multiple groups. And he appointed multiple leaders for each group. Okay. So we had Srivas Thakur present in one group, Haridas Thakur present in one group, and Mahaprabhu himself is leading. Haridas Thakur, Advaita Charya, they are all there in one group. So now we have Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally present in one group. There he said, I cannot stay away from Nityananda Prabhu. He will be in my group. The Nityananda Prabhu independently can be a leader of one group, but Mahaprabhu wants Nityananda Prabhu right next to him while he is chanting the glories of the Lord and chanting the names of the Lord. So thus they all went in a great procession to Chandkazi's house. So the intimacy between Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu is really unparalleled. There are hundreds and thousands of associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but the intimacy that Mahaprabhu shares with Nityananda Prabhu is really intense. And Nityananda Prabhu can even go against Mahaprabhu's instructions. And Mahaprabhu submits to Nityananda Prabhu's disobedience, so-called disobedience. Okay, that's the intimacy that they share. So as far as Tattva of Nityananda Prabhu is concerned, yes, he is not different from Balaramji. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes the Nityananda Tattva in the 5th chapter of Adilila of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan. Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan. Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. So Krishna is not an avatar, he is an avatari. He is the source of all incarnations. Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. A second body or a second form of Krishna is Lord Balaram. So Balaram and Krishna are not different in one sense. The difference between them is their bodily complexion and their their mood. So the Supreme Lord Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is an enjoyer. But Balaramji is also Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he manifests the mood of a servant. He is a servitor Godhead. Well, Krishna is Godhead, Balaramji is servitor Godhead. And Krishna, when he manifests as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Balaram manifests himself as Nityananda Prabhu. Okay, so thus they both are potentially same, but mood-wise there is a difference. Eka ei swarupa dohe bhinna matra kaya adya kaya vyuha Krishna lila rasahaya. Eka ei swarupa dohe. They both have same identity. Bhinna matra kaya, but they differ only in form. Their forms, their bodies are different. Adya kaya vyuha Krishna lila rasahaya. So Balaramji is the first kaya vyuha means body. He is the first expansion of Lord Krishna and he assists Krishna in his pastimes. Krishna Leela Sahaya. Okay, this is the identity of Balaramji, and that original Lord Krishna appeared as Lord Chaitanya in Navadvip Dham, and Balaramji appeared as Nityananda Prabhu. So this is the identity of Nityananda Prabhu. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami further explains the identity of Nityananda Prabhu. Sorry, there's a power cut here. It will come back soon. So he says that Sankarshana Karanato Yasayi गर्भोदशायी च पयोब्धिशायी शेषश्च यस्यात्म कला स नित्या नंदाख्य रामः शरणं ममास्तु. So Nityananda Prabhu, as I said, he is not different from Balaram, and his mood is as a servant of the Lord. And Nityananda Prabhu serves the Lord in 5 expansions. What are they? Sankarshana Karanato Yashayi. His first expansion is Sankarshana. Lord Sankarshana, who is in the middle of the Chaturvyuha. There are Chaturvyuha expansions of the Lord. Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. So Sankarshana is there in between them. So he is an expansion of Nityananda Prabhu. Second, Karanatoya Shayi means Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, who is also called Mahavishnu, who lies in causal ocean. We'll discuss about them more. So first expansion is Sankarshana. Second is Karanodaka Sai Vishnu. Third, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Fourth, Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. Fifth, Sesha. So these are the 5 expansions of Nityananda Ram. Nandakhya Ramaha Sharanam Mamastu. He is the source of these 5 expansions, Nityananda Prabhu. So Balaram is Mola Sankarshana, original Sankarshana, the origin of Sankarshana. And he assumes 5 forms to serve Krishna. In 4 forms, he executes the orders of Krishna in terms of manifesting this material creation. And in the 5th form, as Sesha, he personally renders service to Krishna in various ways. Okay, these are the 5 forms of Nityananda Balaram. Now let's discuss more about them. We will discuss about our Karanodaka Sai Vishnu or Sankarshana first. Okay, so beyond this material realm is the spiritual realm. Beyond this material creation is the spiritual sky, where the Lord manifests himself resplendently in multiple forms. Okay, so now Sankarshana is a part of the Chaturvyuha. Mayati te vyapti vaikuntha loke purnaishwarye Shri Chaturvyuha madhye rupam yasyo bhati sankarshanakhyam tam Shri Nityananda Ramam prapadye. So Mayati te vyapti vaikuntha loke. Far beyond this material creation is the spiritual realm, Vaikuntha, and Purnaishwarye, that's completely filled and resplendent with all opulences, Purna Aishwarye. Shri Chaturvyuha Madhye, in the middle of this Chaturvyuha is Lord Sankarshana. He is an expansion of Nityananda Prabhu. Rupam yasyodbhati sankarshanakhyam tam Shri Nityananda Ramam prapadye. Let me offer my obeisances unto Shri Nityananda Prabhu, whose expansion is Sankarshana. Okay, this is how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami glorifies our Nityananda Prabhu's expansion of Sankarshana. Okay, then another expansion of Nityananda Prabhu is Karanodaka Sai Vishnu. He is an Amsha of Nityananda Prabhu. Maya Bharta Janda Sangha Shrayangah Sete Sakshat Karanam Bodhi Madhye Yasyekamshah Shri Puman Adidevah Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. So the second expansion of Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Balaram, is our Karanodaka Sai Vishnu. He is Maya Bharta. He is the master of Maya. He is the husband of Maya in that sense. Okay, he is the possessor of Maya. And Bharta Aja Anda Sanghashrayangaha. Anda is Brahmandas. All the millions of universes are under the shelter of Karanodaka Sai Vishnu. When Karanodaka Sai Vishnu exhales, millions of universes come out of his divine body, and the source of that Mahavishnu, source of all the universes is Mahavishnu, and the source of Mahavishnu is Nityananda Prabhu. Okay, this is how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains. further. Seshe Sakshat Karanambodhi Madhye. He lies in the Karana ocean, causal ocean, and he is a representation of Nityananda Ram. And this Karana ocean is ocean of spiritual waters. Okay. Similarly, we have other expansions. Yashyam Shamshaha Shrila Garbho Dishayi Yannabhyabjam Loka Sanghata Nalam Lokasrashtuhu Sutika Damadhatuhu Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. While our Mahavishnu is an Amsha of Nityananda Ram, Amsha of Amsha means Amsha of our Karanodakasaya Vishnu is Garbhodaka Vishnu. That means Garbhodakasaya Vishnu is Yashyam Shamshaha. He is the Amsha of Nityananda Prabhu. So what is his job? When Mahavishnu manifests millions of universes, then that Mahavishnu expands himself as Garbhodakasaya Vishnu and enters into each and every universe. So Mahavishnu is one only, but Garbhodakasaya Vishnus are innumerable, as many as the number of universes. So he enters the he enters the universe and he lies down on the Garbhodaka ocean. From his navel, this beautiful universal lotus sprouts, and on top of that lotus, Lord Brahma takes birth, and then he is the engineer of the universe. Okay. Then next is Kshirodakasaya Vishnu. Yashyam Sham Sham Shaha Paratma Ikhilanam Poshta Vishnur Bhati Dugdham Dishayi. So Karanodakasaya Vishnu is an Amsha of Nityananda Prabhu. Garbhodakasaya Vishnu is an Amsha of Nityananda. Kshirodakasaya Vishnu is an Amsha of Nityananda. Like 3, Amsha cube. So what is the role of Kshirodakasaya Vishnu? He is the super soul of all living beings. Poshta Vishnur Bhati Dugdham Dishayi. He lies on the milk ocean and he maintains all the universes. Okay. So we have discussed about 4 expansions of Nityananda Prabhu. Sankarshana, who is in the Chaturvyuha, in the spiritual world, and Karanodakasaya Vishnu, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, Kshirodakasaya Vishnu. Then 5th expansion is Ananta Sesha. Kshauni Bharta Yatkalapyostyanantaham Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadhi. So who is this Ananta Sesha? Ananta Sesha is the upholder of earth. He holds all the planets on his hoods, and he is Nityananda Prabhu's Kala. Further subpart means an expansion of an expansion, okay, a little minor expansion. So in these 5 ways, Lord Nityananda Prabhu happily serves the Supreme Lord, and he maintains the universe and also renders personal service also to the Lord. Okay, so this Nityananda Prabhu one day appeared in the dream of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Who is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami? The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Nityananda Prabhu appeared in the dream of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and said, "Arise, get up, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami." And he just got up. He got up in his dream. He did not get up from his sleep. He is sleeping and then dreaming, and in his dream he got up when Nityananda Prabhu called him. And he saw Nityananda Prabhu, very beautiful. He has a little glossy complexion. Right? He's very tall, very strong, and he has a heroic personality. He looks like a Cupid, and he had very beautiful bodily limbs, and is wearing a beautiful blue silk cloth and a silk turban. He is glittering with all kinds of ornaments and earrings and armlets and anklets and bangles and everything. And his body is anointed with sandalwood pulp and then tilak marks, and then he was wearing garlands. His face is as brilliant as millions of moons. Koti Chandra Sushitala. Okay. And his teeth became a little reddish like pomegranate seeds because he was chewing betel. So in this way, Nityananda Prabhu gave his beautiful darshan to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and Nityananda Prabhu was dressed like a cowherd boy. There were some devotees around Nityananda Prabhu. They were dressed like cowherd boys, and they were all chanting Krishna, 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 Krishna. They were also serving Nityananda Prabhu by chamars. So you must have seen that picture, very beautiful picture. So by appearing in this beautiful form, Nityananda Prabhu ordered Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. What was that special order? He said that Krishnadas, don't be afraid of this special darshan. I came here to instruct you to go to Vrindavan. You go to Vrindavan, there you will attain all things. You will attain all things. That's all he said. So our Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami got up from his dream and said, why Nityananda Prabhu appeared in my dream in such a beautiful form, and he said, go to Vrindavan, there you will attain all things. So what does it mean? Okay, let me go to Vrindavan, whatever it may be. And time will manifest. But he told me to go to Vrindavan, I must go to Vrindavan. So Nityananda Kaviraj Goswami just got up from his sleep and he fainted. Okay, and then he considered this as Lord's order and he started for Vrindavan. That very moment he started for Vrindavan. So he was extremely happy. So finally he went to Vrindavan, and there, you know what he attained? He attained the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. And by the mercy of Rupa and Sanatana, in Vrindavan, he has learned all the conclusions of bhakti. And he says, Sanatana Kripaya Painu Bhakti Rasiddhanta Shri Rupa Kripaya Painu Bhakti Rasa Pranta. So by the mercy of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, I was able to understand the conclusive truths of the path of bhakti, devotional service. And what else did he get in Vrindavan? He got the blessings of Raghunath Das Goswami and Swarupa Damodar Goswami. And he also got the darshan of Shri Shri Radha Govind. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami felt that it's all because of the mercy and grace of Nityananda Prabhu that I have come to Vrindavan and I accessed all these special blessings. Okay, and I got the guidance of Goswamis. So to come under the protection of the Goswamis is possible only with the mercy and grace of Nityananda Prabhu, as it happened in the life of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says that I am very sinful. I am more sinful than Jagai and Madhai. Okay, he says, Jagai Madhai haite muisa papishtha, Pushiresha Ketal haite muisela ghishta, Mora nama sune yei tara punya kshaya, Mora nama laya yei tara papahaya. Jagai Madhai haite muise papishtha. I am more sinful than Jagai and Madhai. And I am lower than even worms in stool. Mama Mora nama sune yei tara punya kshaya. Just by hearing my name, a person's piety, punya, will be lost. Mora nama lai yei tara papahaya. Just by uttering my name, a person becomes sinful. To this degree, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is humble. He just exhibited his humility. And then finally, he was glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. Who in this world but Nityananda Prabhu could show such mercy upon an abominable person like me? After highlighting how fallen he is glorifying Lord Nityananda Prabhu for delivering such a fallen person. So his expression of humility is not an expression of inferiority complex. It's only to highlight the magnanimity of Nityananda Prabhu. We can see Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's humility and Nityananda Prabhu's magnanimity in his description. So Nityananda Prabhu is always intoxicated by ecstatic love for the Lord and is an incarnation of the Lord's mercy. So he doesn't distinguish between what is right and what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, and he can just shower his mercy, profuse blessings upon even a fallen person like me. Preme matta Nityananda कृपा अवतार, उत्तम अधम किच्छु न करे विचार. Premi Matta, Nityananda, Kripa avatar. Nityananda Prabhu is an avatar of Kripa and is intoxicated with Prema. He doesn't see who is Uttama, who is Adhama, etc. He just profusely, magnanimously distributes all mercy. Okay. So, because of Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, I could get the darshan of Madan Mohan and I could get the blessings of Madan Mohan in the form of a garland falling from his neck, approving my endeavor to write Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, so in this way, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami expresses his gratitude to Nityananda Prabhu for directing him to go to Vrindavan, where he would get blessings of all the prominent deities of Vrindavan and devotees of Vrindavan, and he would commence the beautiful narration of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the form of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. To get access to Mahaprabhu's mercy, we need Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. Nityananda Prabhura Guna Mahima Apara, Sahasra Vadane Sesha Nahi Paya Yara. So Nityananda Prabhu's Mahima and his Guna, Mahima means glory, Guna means qualities. They are Apara, unlimited. Sahasravadane Sesha, even Seshanag with his hundreds and thousands of mouths cannot sufficiently describe the glories of Nityananda Prabhu. Okay, so these are some thoughts of our Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami about Nityananda Prabhu on his mercy. So now, after describing the tattva of Nityananda Prabhu, how he is so glorious, his identity and his mercy, let us just get a little deeper into Nityananda Prabhu's Leelas. Okay, so which are actually a part of Mahaprabhu's Leelas also. So before I describe one Leela of Mahaprabhu after Mahaprabhu's sannyas, let me describe one Leela that happened in Mahaprabhu's pre-sannyas Leela. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip, he instructed Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. These two are like good combination. You please go and inspire everyone to chant the holy names of Krishna. Okay, so Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, both of them went out. They were requesting everybody, please chant Dante Trina Dhori. So Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Rai. Nityananda Prabhu is Akrodha, he has no anger at all. Paramananda, he is always absorbed in intense ecstasy of chanting the holy names of Krishna. Adhama Patita, he would even go to the most fallen and degraded people, and Dante Trinadhari, he would put a blade of grass in his mouth and he would request them, please chant the holy names of Krishna for their own welfare. Okay, please show compassion on yourself. So I just joined, and then devotees were just reading the translation of that song about Nityananda Prabhu. So one translation I just heard as soon as I joined was, he's requesting people to be compassionate upon themselves first. Right? You be compassionate on yourself by chanting the holy names of Krishna. Okay. So Nityananda Prabhu requests everyone like that. So he went to Jagai and Madhai also. Okay. So Haridas Thakur was there, Nityananda Prabhu was there. Haridas Thakur was a bit hesitant. Of course, he's compassionate, but he was also trying to be a little practical in, okay, let's not approach them. But Nityananda Prabhu approached them also. And they were drunkards. And even Chitragupta, the assistant of Yamaraj, who would keep track of all the sinful activities done by all the sinful people on this planet. So even he was finding it very difficult to list all the sinful activities done by Jagai and Madhai. So, but Nityananda Prabhu, out of his deep compassion, he would even enter the arena where Jagai and Madhai were there, drunkards, and he would request them, please chant the holy names. And they became very furious. They attacked Nityananda Prabhu and he was bleeding. right? So they hit the head of Nityananda Prabhu and he was bleeding. And still, Nityananda Prabhu was not offended. But this news came to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and how can he tolerate any offense done against Nityananda Prabhu? So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there running, and he was trying to invoke chakra. So this chakra is there. With this chakra, I'm going to kill this Jagai and Madhai. Then Nityananda Prabhu said, my dear Lord, please don't do that. In this particular incarnation of yours, you are supposed to be extremely magnanimous. Your job profile now is to transform demons, not to punish demons. As Rama, as Krishna, as Narasimha, as Varaha, you have killed so many demons like Shishupala, Dantavakra, Kumbhakarna, Ravana, then who else? Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. You have killed so many such demons, but as Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are not supposed to kill them, you are supposed to transform them. So we also hear the description that Jagai and Madhai are also Jaya and Vijaya, who came to participate in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. In their past 3 lives, they were Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Then they became Ravana and Kumbhakarna, and later they also became Shishupal and Dantavakra, and they were all killed by the Lord. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not kill demons. He would kill the demoniac nature in the demons. He would transform them. He will show mercy. And at one point, even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also apparently forgot the purpose of his incarnation, and then he got into the mode of punishing demons. But it was Nityananda Prabhu, the mercy incarnation. He said, my dear Lord, don't punish them, protect them, give them Krishna Prema, transform them. Then by the mercy of Gauranga and Nityananda, this Jagai and Madhai were transformed into pure Vaishnavas. Okay, so that is Nityananda Prabhu's special mercy. Even when Mahaprabhu becomes angry, Nityananda Prabhu never becomes angry, right? So this is one beautiful pastime that happened in the Navadvip area. Then after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas, he immediately wanted to go to Vrindavan. It was such an overwhelming experience for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he just could not control his enthusiasm and excitement of going to Vrindavan. As soon as he accepted sannyas, he wanted to run towards Vrindavan, but it was Nityananda Prabhu's intervention that stopped Mahaprabhu's Vrindavan Yatra. And why did he do so? Because he wanted to divert Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu towards Navadvip area, towards Shantipur area, where he would be meeting Advaita Acharya, then Sachi Mata, Srivas Thakur, Shivananda Sen, and all the other great Vaishnavas who are in deep anxiety, who were in deep feelings of separation from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were feeling that we will never be able to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he has taken sannyas. He left all of us. He will never meet his family and friends and associates. They were in deep anguish, pain of separation. So Nityananda Prabhu, being a very sympathetic and empathetic and compassionate associate of Lord Chaitanya, he could understand the moods of his associates, and somehow he arranged for the darshan of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for all these Shantipur devotees. Mahaprabhu is totally in ecstasy. He was just chanting, Etam sa asthaya paratmanishtham adhyasitam purvatamairmadhadbhihi aham tarishyami durantaparam tamo mukundangrinishevayaiva. So he was just chanting. The purpose of a renunciant is to always chant the holy names of Lord Mukunda and serve him, and thus deliver oneself from this material entanglement. Okay, Paratmanishtha, let me fix up my body, mind and words in the service of Lord Mukunda. So he was just chanting, and then he was just roaming. And then he was on his way to Vrindavan, and he entered Radhavesha. Because Mahaprabhu, out of his ecstasy, he could not understand whether it was day or night or east or west. He was just moving. And Nityananda Prabhu was silently following Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without Mahaprabhu's notice. And along with Nityananda Prabhu, two more devotees were there, Chandrasekhar and Mukunda. So all three of them were just silently following Lord Chaitanya from a distance, and they were just seeing his movements. And whomever Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would see, he would say, Hari, Hari. And he will ask them, you also say Hari, Hari. Then Mahaprabhu saw some cowhead boys, little boys. And then Nityananda Prabhu met these cowhead boys later. But Mahaprabhu told them, you chant Hari, Hari. And these boys also chanted Hari, Hari. And then he moved ahead. Then Nityananda Prabhu called these cowhead boys confidentially and said, if Mahaprabhu asks you about the path to Vrindavan, then just show him this path next to the bank of Ganges. And the boys did it innocently, and Mahaprabhu did not even notice that. So Mahaprabhu thought that this is the path to Vrindavan, and then he was just going. Then after a while, Nityananda Prabhu went and manifested in front of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, my dear Nityananda, what are you doing here? Then Nityananda Prabhu said, I also want to come to Vrindavan. Then Mahaprabhu asked, oh, how far is Vrindavan? He said, here is Yamuna. You're already almost there. Here is Yamuna. And he showed Yamuna river, and he showed Ganga river and said, this is Yamuna. And Mahaprabhu believed it. Very innocently he believed it. He took bath. He offered prayers. Chidananda bhano sadananda suno paraprema patri drava brahma gatri aghanam lavitri jagat kshema dhatri pavitri kriyanno vapurmitra putri. He said, oh Yamuna, Chidananda bhano, oh Yamuna, you are so blissful. You are the blissful spiritual waters, and your job, your activity, eternal activity is just to give happiness to Nandasunu, Krishna. Okay, so you always give pleasure to Nanda Maharaj and Krishna. And Aghanam lavitri jagat kshema dhatri. You destroy all sins and offenses. And jagat kshema dhatri. You create auspiciousness to the entire universe. So please purify us. Oh Mitra Putri. Mitra Putri is daughter of sun god. Please purify us. So in this way, he offered prayers to Yamuna river. Actually, he offered prayers to Ganga river, thinking that she was Yamuna. Then suddenly Advaita Acharya manifested there. And to cut the long story short, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Advaita Acharya, what are you doing in Vrindavan? Then Advaita Acharya said, my dear Lord, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan only. Okay, it's my great pleasure to see you on the bank of Ganges. Then he understood this is Ganga, not Yamuna. And he understood that Nityananda Prabhu has cheated me. This is divine cheating. This is transcendental cheating. He brought me to the bank of Ganga, saying that it is Yamuna. Okay. So then Advaita Acharya said, my dear Lord, whatever Nityananda told is not false. How can Nityananda Prabhu make a false statement? Whatever he said is not false. You just bathed in Yamuna only. Here, Ganga flows towards the east and Yamuna flows towards the west. They flow together. So, means it's Yamuna only. Then, anyways, you have not taken any food for such a long time, for the last 3 days. So, I have just made some special prasad, very less quantity, one morsel of food, one palmful of rice, and few simple vegetables I have made, nothing luxurious. Please come to my home and take prasad. Okay. Then Mahaprabhu has no option. So he just went along with Nityananda Prabhu. 3 of them. So Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, they all went to Advaita Acharya's house. Before this happened, how did Advaita come to know? Nityananda Prabhu, he told the cowhead boys to divert Mahaprabhu. And after that, he very, very confidently told Chandrasekhar, I will definitely bring Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all the way to Shantipur. No doubt about it. You go and inform Advaita Acharya to make all preparations and ask him to come with a boat and some fresh clothes. Okay. So before even having the consent of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, okay, Nityananda Prabhu was extremely confident that he can just divert Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's their intimacy. Okay. Now, how can you promise on someone's behalf? You can promise on someone's behalf only when you have intimate relationship. He will come. Did you ask him? I don't have to ask him. He will come definitely. He will do it. Okay. Sometimes when the relationship is very intimate, you can promise on someone else's behalf also. So Guru says, my disciple will do this, because Guru is confident that disciple is obedient. Okay, if the Guru has to think twice that whether he will accept or not, can I promise them or not, I have to first consult him. Then the disciple is in an unfortunate situation. But still, Guru out of humility may sometimes ask the disciple also. But the point is, when there is intimacy in relationship, when you value each other so much, when you have a willingness to compromise on your own activities and your own mood to assist someone else, assist the person whom you love so much, then automatically that will just manifest. So now Advaitacharya brought Gauranga and Nityananda to his home. So generally, when we just joined ISKCON Chowpatty, so Devamrita Maharaj, His Holiness Devamrita Maharaj used to come to Chowpatty generally around this Nityananda Trayodasi time. Couple of times he gave Nityananda Trayodasi classes along with His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So he would describe this particular pastime of Nityananda Prabhu and Advaitacharya and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, with great ecstasy. And he said that I have been hearing this pastime, reading this pastime, and narrating this pastime hundreds of times. But still, whenever I describe this pastime, there is some kind of joy, ecstasy that I experience. Okay, so this pastime is Maharaj's favorite. So we can clearly see from the way he just joyfully narrates this pastime. Okay, I can't narrate like him, so I'll just narrate in a non-spicy way. But Devamrita Maharaj is in ecstasy, full ecstasy while describing this pastime. So Advaitacharya's wife cooked all these eatables, so many preparations she has made, and Advaitacharya personally offered all of them to the Lord. And then there was a very elaborate arrangement made for offerings. Okay, so we have only 12 minutes. Okay, I'll do this, and then I'll do it in a few minutes, and then go to the next pastime. So Advaitacharya's arrangements for prasad are really extremely elaborate. Okay, so he has a big banana leaf, multiple banana leaves, and he was just stacking all the rice and different types of preparations, and looks like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, an expert cook. Only a cook can describe different kinds of food preparations in writing with such great ecstasy. Whenever some food items come, he gives the list in a very exhaustive list. 10s and 20s of shlokas will just go in just describing the number of food items only, and the number of items that were made, the types of items made. So Advaitacharya then invited both the lords, Nityananda and Gauranga, to his home and told, please sit here, take prasad. And then Mahaprabhu became so happy. He said, Aicha Anna Ye Krishna ke Karaya Bhojana Janme Janme Sirodharun Tahara Charana. Whoever makes such elaborate bhoga and offers to the Lord is very dear to me, and I will hold the lotus feet of such a devotee on my head. Okay, Janme Janme Shirodharun Tahara Charana. It seems a very small, simple activity. You make some food and offer to the Lord. Done. But that pleases the Lord so much. Sometimes one may think that, okay, preaching services are very valuable, very high service. Cooking is very simple, menial service. No, not like that. Whether it is cooking or brooming or mopping or vegetable cutting, no, you're not even cooking. You're just doing vegetable cutting, or just doing the wind up or cleaning of the kitchen when the cooking is over, or you're washing plates, or you're preaching, or you're dressing the deities, or you're doing this or that. All services can please Krishna when they are done with a pure intent. When the intention is absent, when the pure intention is absent, however great the service may be from a material plane, Krishna is not pleased. When there is a pure intention, even brooming can please the Lord. Even cooking can please the Lord. Okay? Even washing utensils can please the Lord. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was extremely pleased with the Dukhi, who is just getting water, fetching water. He was not that much pleased with that milk drinking brahmachari. He's just very austere, but he was not very pleased with him because he does not have the pure bhakti within his heart. So Mahaprabhu is pleased with the brooming service that is done by Prataparudra Maharaj. Mahaprabhu is pleased with the cooking service done by Advaitacharya's wife and Sarabham Bhattacharya and his wife also. Mahaprabhu is pleased with the menial service done by Dukhi. So like that you can, within Chaitanya Charitamrita itself, you can understand how Mahaprabhu is extremely pleased with devotees who are doing some simple services also. And there are Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they were building temples, they were writing books, right? So where is building temple and writing book? Where is getting water from well? And but Mahaprabhu is pleased with both of them, right? It's the intention that matters. So he says, seeing this elaborate cooking arrangement, he says, Janma Janma Shirodharun Tahara Charan. I want to keep the lotus feet of such a great devotee who makes such elaborate bhoga arrangements for the Lord's pleasure on my head. So then Mahaprabhu said, okay, fine, let's take some prasad, get some small drone. I'll take a little one morsel of rice. Then Advaitacharya said, yeah, I said that in Jagannath, I said that near Ganga, but I'm not asking you to eat only one morsel of rice. Please, this entire thing is for you only. There are two big plates. You sit here and you sit here. Done. So you eat it. There are hundreds of items there. Then Mahaprabhu said, it's not proper for a sannyasi to eat such varieties of foods. How can we control the senses if we eat so much? Prabhu kahe sannyasira bhakshena he upakarana. Iha kaile kaiche haya indriya nivarana. So if a sannyasi eats so much, how can we control our senses? So I cannot eat so much. Then Advaitacharya said, please stop arguments. I know the confidential meaning of your sannyas. I know what's the intention of your sannyas. Okay. So please stop this juggling your words and then eat. Then Mahaprabhu says, no, I cannot eat so much food. Again he says. Then Advaitacharya said, you eat whatever you can and leave the rest on the plate. Then Mahaprabhu says, Sannyasira dharmana hai uchishta rakhite. It is not the duty of a sannyasi to leave remnants in his plate. Right? I cannot do that. Then Advaitacharya said that in Jagannath Puri you eat 56 times. Right? You eat Chappan Bhog 54 times. Okay. And every time you have hundreds of preparations. And what three people can eat to their complete extent of belly, it's not even one morsel for you. I know your capacity of eating. Right? In Jagannath Puri you eat so many times, and then Sarva Bhattacharya brings in some other arguments. In Vrindavan, as a small child, you keep going to different houses. Mother Yashoda already feeds Krishna 8 times in a day, so much, and on top of it, Krishna steals in the houses of every single gopi and then he would eat. Okay, and in Dwaraka, Krishna eats in the houses of 16,108 queens and his 18 mothers. How much capacity he has to eat. So don't say that you cannot eat so much, just sit here and eat. Okay. Then comes Nityananda Prabhu. He says, looks like I have to fast today. I was hoping to break my fast. 3 days I have been fasting and I was hoping to break my fast. And today also I have to fast. And this Advaitacharya invited me to eat prasad in his home. And it is so small quantity, he doesn't even feed me properly. Even half of my belly cannot be full by eating this. Then Advaita said, you are a Tairthika sannyasi, you are a traveling mendicant, you are an Avadhut Brahman. So sometimes you eat fruits and roots and sometimes you simply fast. I am giving you sufficient food, be grateful for it. Just be satisfied, don't be so greedy. Advaita is giving a warning. And Nityananda said, whatever it may be, you have invited me to your home, you have to supply as much food as I can eat. Then Advaita Acharya said, you are a Bhrashta Avadhut. You are a reject Paramhamsa. You have accepted sannyas only to fill your belly. Your business is just to trouble Brahmana hosts like me. You can eat 80 kilos of rice. How much I can get? I'm a poor Brahmana. I don't have the capacity to feed you so much. Don't be mad. Don't be greedy. Don't throw remnants here and there. Just keep quiet and eat. Okay. Then don't throw remnants here and there is a new idea given by Advaita Acharya. Nityananda Prabhu did not mean to throw remnants here and there, but Advaita Acharya is just adding one more extra point. Okay. So then basically under the pretense of chastising or criticizing Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya is praising Nityananda Prabhu that he's beyond all the rules and regulations of Smarta Brahmanas. Then he's also kind of pointing out people who just accept sannyas only to fill their belly and live at the cost of others. Okay. Then Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya started eating, and Advaita and Nityananda were Nityananda and Gauranga, they started eating, and Advaita Acharya was feeding them. As soon as they complete eating half of one preparation, he would refill. Earlier he said, eat as much as you can, leave the rest. And he started refilling also. How much he has cooked, God knows. Mahaprabhu says, how much more I can eat? Then to cut the long discussion short, Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu again said, my belly is not filled up yet. Please take away your food. I have not eaten anything. I'm not going to eat anything also. Just take it away. And Advaita Acharya said, hey, you should eat. Then Nityananda Prabhu took a handful of rice and then threw it on the floor as if he were angry. So Advaita Acharya saw this, and the remnants of Nityananda Prabhu touched Advaita Acharya's body, and he became so ecstatic. He felt that I am a Brahmana, my smarta Brahmanical contamination is removed by touching the remnants of Nityananda Prabhu. Smarta Brahmanas, they don't touch the jhuta, they don't touch the remnants of anyone. But here, Advaita Acharya said that Nityananda Prabhu's remnants are Mahaprasad. They are Mahaprasad, but he is playing the role of a devotee. They can be called Mahaprasad also. The food left by a pure Vaishnava is completely spiritual. It is Mahaprasad. And by touching the remnants and by eating the remnants, one will become purified. So this is the greatness of Nityananda Prabhu's remnants. Advaita Acharya said, now indeed I have received the results of inviting you to my home for prasad. Right? So you have thrown remnants at me without fear that I am a Brahmana. Okay, apparently he said. Then Nityananda Prabhu again, he's saying that this is Krishna Prasad. Don't take it to be ordinary remnants. You have committed an offense. If you invite 100 sannyasis and feed them sumptuously, then your offense will be nullified. Again, externally jovial conversation was happening. Internally, loving exchanges were happening. Right? So externally, some kind of joke and then blaming each other, fighting with each other, quarrel is happening. If it's really a quarrel, Mahaprabhu would have intervened and then try to mellow them down. Okay, but Mahaprabhu is happily seeing their jovial conversation. That is their intimacy. So then, our Sachi Mata, in that context, she decided that Mahaprabhu should stay in Jagannath Puri. Okay, so they all went to Jagannath Puri on the way. On the way to Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu was accompanied by Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodar and Mukunda. Okay, so they were discussing the pastimes of Madhavendra Puri, and also they were discussing the pastimes of Sakshi Gopal, okay, on their way to Jagannath Puri. And Nityananda Prabhu was narrating, and he was assisting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was dancing in ecstasy along with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And on the way, he also broke the danda of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, thinking that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is beyond all the beyond all the rules and regulations of sannyas, it's not necessary for him to hold a sannyas danda. So then, after settling in Jagannath Puri, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to tour South India. He wanted to deliver the people of South India. So he said that he called his associates and said, my dear devotees, Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodara, Mukunda, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and all the other associates, he said that I wish to go for a yatra. All devotees got excited. Yes, let's go for yatra. Not let's go. I will go. Right? I will not take you for yatra. I will go alone. All of you are more dear to me than my own life. I can give up my life, but I cannot give you up. So you have very beautifully fulfilled the duties of friends by bringing me to Jagannath Puri and showing me the darshan of Lord Jagannath. So I'm extremely grateful to you, but I must go to this yatra alone because I want to search for my brother Vishwarup. Then our Nityananda Prabhu became very concerned. By this time, Vishwarup has already attained Siddhi Prapti. He passed away. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to avoid the company of Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodara, Mukunda, and he wants to just go alone. Okay. Why he wanted to avoid the company, he will reveal now. But Nityananda Prabhu, as soon as he has heard this proposal from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he wants to travel alone, he became very unhappy. He could not digest this. He said, Aicha hai. Means, how can you go alone? How can we tolerate this? Let all of us come. Let some of us at least come with you. You select whom we want. Whomever you want will accompany you. So otherwise, you are always in ecstasy. You are chanting the holy names of Krishna. You are in trance oftentimes, and you will be falling into the clutches of thieves and rogues. Who will carry your water pot? Who will carry your danda? So you just allow some of us to go with you. In fact, I'll give you the best idea. I know all the paths of different holy places in South India. I am the best associate. I'm best yatra mate for you. I will come with you. Initially, he said, take some of us. Then he said, take anyone whom you like. Then he said, take me only. I will accompany you. Okay, I shall go with you. Just order me. So Nityananda Prabhu said like this, and Mahaprabhu said, he started criticizing Nityananda Prabhu affectionately. He started finding faults with Nityananda Prabhu affectionately. He said, Nityananda Prabhu, you are just a dancer. Okay, you are dancing in the madness of ecstasy, and you are making me dance. So you dance in the ecstasy of Krishna Prem, but you make me dance according to your will. You are pulling wires, you are pulling strings, and you are making me a puppet, and you are making me dance. After I accepted sannyas, I wanted to go to Vrindavan. But you took me to Shantipur. You took me to Advaitacharya's house. And on the way to Puri, you have broken my sannyas danda also. I wanted to be an exemplary sannyasi by holding sannyas danda, but you have broken it, and you said that I have broken it. You are a cheater. Okay, you make me dance according to your will. So you did not allow me to go to Vrindavan. You did not allow me to carry sannyas danda. And if I allow you to accompany me in South India Yatra, what all pastimes you will do, God knows. So I cannot take you. Because all you know is only affection for me. Okay. But your affectionate dealings disturb my activities. I cannot handle it. Okay, fine. What about Jagadananda? We can take Jagadananda Pandit. Nityananda Prabhu wants Mahaprabhu to take someone amongst them because he's concerned about Mahaprabhu's safety. Although the master is not interested in accepting the service of the servant here, but the servant is extremely concerned about the comfort of the master. So Jagadananda always wants me to enjoy bodily sense gratification. And out of fear, I do whatever he wants me to do. But I don't feel like doing it. Okay. So if I go somewhere else, or if I do anything against his desire, he will become angry and he will not speak to me only for 3 days. Okay. And okay, Mukunda, he's very mild, very simple. Why can't you take him? Mahaprabhu says, Mukunda becomes so unhappy and uncomfortable seeing me doing austerities of a sannyasi. As a sannyasi, I have to get up early in the morning. I have to take bath 3 times in a day, even in cold water. I have to lie on ground. When I do all these kinds of austerities, Mukunda becomes uncomfortable. Seeing him uncomfortable, I become more uncomfortable. I become twice unhappy. So I can't handle his emotions. He is too emotional. I can't take him. Okay, fine. What about Damodar? Take Damodar. Damodar, he keeps a stick in his sand and he educates me. He's a brahmachari and I'm a sannyasi and he disciplines me. Right? According to him, I am still a neophyte, don't even know proper etiquettes of a sannyasi. And he thinks that I am so independent and he wants to regulate me. He wants to control me. He wants to discipline me. I can't handle it. I can't handle such a strictness. Basically, Mahaprabhu is criticizing all these great devotees of himself, Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodar, Mukunda, mainly because they love him so much and they don't allow him to do what a sannyasi is supposed to do out of their intense love for him. Okay. That will disturb Mahaprabhu's preaching. He wants to set a good example of being a sannyasi. And on top of it, Mahaprabhu was actually tasting their good qualities in the name of criticizing them. They don't have any lokapeksha. Lokapeksha means being concerned about public opinion. They are not concerned about public opinion, but I am concerned about public opinion. I need to maintain my image properly. Okay. When there is too much love, there is a compromise on etiquette. Devotees naturally give more importance to loving the Lord more than some social etiquettes, rules and regulations, prescriptions and prohibitions, do's and don'ts. This is different. You first accept this service. So unfortunately, as long as we are in this material world, we must observe social customs because people can effortlessly criticize us. People can effortlessly point out. Suklavastrimasi bindu means if pure pristine white cloth is there, even if there's a little black spot, everybody's eyes will go on that little black spot and then highlight it. Especially a sannyasi has to protect his public image. Although the sannyasi's devotees are more concerned that, okay, please, you can do it now, not a problem. But public image is very important because if the public perceives something wrong in a sannyasi would not be able to teach them Krishna consciousness, right? So therefore, just for preaching purpose, just to enlighten people in Krishna consciousness, a sannyasi has to be concerned about his own public image. Not that he wants name, fame, prestige, but he wants people to accept Krishna consciousness. And a sannyasi is one of the main teachings of sannyasi is duties of a sannyasi is to preach Krishna consciousness. If people don't respect you, if people have doubts on your character and intentions, people will suspect, then who will hear us? So that's the whole point. So that's why Mahaprabhu wanted to avoid Nityananda Prabhu and other devotees to accompany him in yatra. So, Iha Sabara Vasa Prabhu, Vasha Prabhu, Haye Gune, Dosharopa Chele Kare, Guna Aswadani. So, Dosha Aropa, he is attributing faults upon them and he is doing Aswadana. He is relishing their good qualities. Okay. Chaitanyara Bhakta Vatsalya Akathya Kathan. Apane Vairagya Dukha Karena Sahan. Mahaprabhu has accepted sannyas and is following the rules and regulations of sannyasi, and seeing his strict sannyasa principles, his devotees are feeling bad. Seeing them feeling so bad and uncomfortable, Mahaprabhu is feeling bad. So he's tolerating, he's following the rules and regulations of sannyasa and is actually tolerating it. The tolerance is, he's tolerating the pain that is experienced by his devotees. Anyways, Nityananda Prabhu said, my dear Lord, we understand after you spoke so much about our glories, how can we still be confident to accompany you in South India Yatra? We will not come, don't worry. But we are concerned about your safety. So can you please accept someone amongst us? If you feel that Mahaprabhu has another concern also. If I take Nityananda Prabhu, others will feel bad. If I take Mukunda, others will feel bad. If I take Jagadananda, others will feel bad. They are all very close to me. If I take one close associate, if I don't fulfill the desires of so many people, they will feel disappointed, right? So that's why sometimes when you have to accept the request of one devotee, although the request comes very sincerely, you may not be able to accept because there are 10 other sincere requests, right? So it's not very practical. Then Nityananda Prabhu came up with an idea. Okay, don't take anyone amongst us. Take a brand new person, totally new person. Okay, so he is not very intimate to you. You never saw him. Of course, as Paramatma, he always sees everyone. But in this manifest Leela, I have never met him. So I'll propose one person with you. Whatever is your order, it's our duty to perform. Okay, whether it results in our happiness or distress. See, Nityananda Prabhu makes a very beautiful statement here. He says, Yei agna tomara dukha sukha yeha uka. So, Yei agna tomara, whatever you order is our duty. Dukkha sukha yei hauka. Whether it causes us happiness or distress, kartavya amar. It is our duty to perform. So, a devotee's duty, Nityananda Prabhu is teaching all of us that a devotee's duty is to do whatever pleases the Lord. Whether it causes happiness or distress to the devotee, it doesn't matter. It should cause happiness to the Lord. And seeing the Lord happy is the cause of greatest happiness for a devotee, not one's personal inconvenience. Okay. So saying this, Nityananda Prabhu very, very humbly submitted one petition. Okay. He said, because you are always chanting the holy names of Krishna, your hands are engaged in, like when chanting, he just throws his arms upward in a prayerful mood, and you sometimes fall unconscious out of your ecstasy. And who will protect your belongings? So here is a Brahmana named Krishnadas, Kala Krishnadas. Please take him with you. Okay, he will carry your water pot, he will carry your clothes, and he will assist you. He will not say a single word. Please take him. So then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Nityananda Prabhu's request. And like that, many other pastimes are there. So within Chaitanya Charitamrita, these are a few incidents that Kaviraj Goswami describes about the intimacy between Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya. Nityananda Prabhu can even divert Mahaprabhu to somewhere else, and he can change Mahaprabhu's plans. He can go against Mahaprabhu's instructions. Mahaprabhu tells him that my mother instructed me to stay in Jagannath Puri because Jagannath Puri and Bengal are like two rooms in the same home. So my mother instructed me to stay here, so I cannot preach in Bengal now. Nityananda Prabhu, I am giving you this Bengal area to preach there, spread the holy names there. But Nityananda Prabhu, every now and then he comes to Jagannath Puri. Mahaprabhu says, don't come here. Nityananda Prabhu, yes, my dear Lord, I will not come. And next year he comes again. Okay, so that is Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. That's the loving intimacy that they share. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Sri Nityananda Trayodashi ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we'll conclude here. 7:45.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. That was such an enlightening and such a sweet narration of the pastimes. Just to recap, you talked about the identity of Lord Nityananda Prabhu as not being non-different from Lord Balaram. Then you explained how he serves the Lord in 5 different expansions. Then you gave a brief introduction about how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is describing Lord Nityananda's pastimes in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. You talked about the pre-sannyas pastimes of Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, and how that jodi or that combination It's such a wonderful combination of preaching and the pastimes of Jagai Madhai, and then the post-sannyas pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu, diverting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Shantipur, to Lord Advaitacharya's home, and such sweet, intimate interactions between Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And all the while, Nityananda Prabhu is always looking to how serve Lord Chaitanya the best. And in essence, one of the things that you said towards the end was, seeing the Lord happy is what a devotee looks for, regardless of inconvenience to oneself. And that is, in essence, also the mode of Nityananda Prabhu. So Prabhuji, this was such a wonderful class. We would love to hear from you more and more. We didn't realize the time, passed by. It actually flew by. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. We are very grateful to you for your time and, enlightening us with such sweet narration of the pastimes of Lord Nityananda Prabhu.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Hare. Thank you so much.
So, dear devotees, the next part of the program is going to be Arati, and Gopal Chandra Prabhu. I would need to see Gopal Chandra Prabhu. Okay, I see him. I'm going to spotlight Gopal Chandra Prabhu, and
அப்படியா அந்த கம்ப்யூட்டர் வேணா எடுத்துக்கிறியா கம்ப்யூட்டர் இல்ல
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Gopal Chandra Prabhu, whenever you are ready, we can start.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, are you able to see the deities clearly?
Yes, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra are not visible, so maybe back up a little bit.
Is that okay?
Jagannath ji is still not visible. Maybe so turn towards him a little bit. Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna, I'm not sure if it's just me, but it's not audible.
Yes, I was about to say that. Haribol? Kirti and Mataji, so they are singing, but they are not audible, Prabhuji.
I think it's a setting on the Zoom that you have to change for if you're